Good morning and happy new year, everybody out there. Welcome to our first yoga class of the new year of 2021. And today we're going to do a practice that is going to balance and help open up the heart chakra. So, if the heart chakra is kind of overactive, you're going to want to do a little bit more forward folding to kind of close off the heart to calm it down. But if it's underactive, you kind of want to open it up. So there is a lot of just about back bends through today's practice, but this idea of being open, being receptive, being ready to receive. And heart center is really the seat of compassion. So, underneath the pain, underneath the suffering, underneath the damage of the heart, there really lies there's this underlying wellspring of compassion and love and patience and tolerance and all those good things. So just keep that in mind. And we were in a practice yesterday for the new year. It was lovely, especially Christine. You showed me the the meditation lady, and she asked us right at the beginning of our sit to think of one word that 2020, when you think of 2021 comes to mind, what word rises up? What bubbles up to describe 2021? Think about your first instinct. But also think of what is secondary to your first instinct. So what comes up a little bit later? What was great, she asked us to all write it down. So there's, I don't know how many there was of us, maybe 50 of us, but all those words kept coming up. And so what your first response was, and maybe a secondary word that you're going to use to describe 2021. And then just let that go. No judgment. Don't analyze it. Just be aware of it. Then start to draw your attention into your physical body. So relax your facial muscles, relax your jaw, your throat. And just melt your heart space. Kind of rest, if possible, release into the props beneath you. Some of us are we're not in Shavasana. We've started in a kind of supported fish with two blocks, one resting under the head and one resting on the back of the rib spine, just below the shoulder blades. You might be on a bolster along the spine, but let the arm bones kind of passively hang back. Soften your heart space and just let your heart be welcomed by the back body. The heart is our fourth energy center and it lies right in the middle. So it's really that balancing point in between the heavens up above. So the spirit world, the top three chakras, and the physical world, the bottom three chakras, the the world of matter. And it's also the fourth chakra being an even number. Even numbers are feminine chakras. So this is a chakra that wants to let go. It wants to release. When we are deeply connected with our heart chakra, we are harmonious and peaceful. And our first instinct when it's in balance is to be compassionate. It's only when those personal stories, that pain and suffering gets in the way that we kind of get blinded sometime to that wellspring of compassion beneath. So just give yourself permission to nurture your heart today. Whether it's overactive or underactive, just encouraging a gentle sense of balance. Turn your awareness to your breathing. Start to elongate and deepen the breath, slowing things down, stretching the breath out like an elastic band, inviting the air deep, 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 and wide and high. So fill up pretty much all the air until you can, till the collarbones. And then exhale, just starting to engage the core as we gently squeeze the air out or push it out using bandha. If you're on blocks, you're going to take your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, creating a little bit of a basket for the back of your head, and then use your arm strength to lift your head, tuck your chin to your chest. You can remove the block behind your head, and then you're going to roll off to the side from the second block. So the block that's in between your shoulder blades, you're just going to roll off to the side. And Christine, since you're on your roll, you're just literally going to roll off the roll and find your way into Shavasana just for a moment. Lying propless, just with your mat, releasing that gentle heart opener. Or it might have been intense, who knows, right? Let your spine release into the mat. So, in our yogic breath today, encouraging more heart breathing, simply the awareness or the attention of breathing into the front of your heart and exhale through the front of your heart. It's almost like the taking in of more what you need, more prana, and exhale, expanding, expelling the good back out. The heart chakra is located pretty much the center of the chest in front of the spine. And the physical parts of the body responsible are obviously the chest, the upper middle back, and the shoulders. So we're going to be opening those today, stimulating those parts. So let's get started. Let's roll over into the fetal position for a brief moment. And then exhale, let's push ourselves up into a tabletop. We'll do a couple cat and cows. Once we get the arm bones vertical and the thigh bones vertical, spread out your fingers, root down into the floor as you exhale, curl the pelvis under, tuck the chin towards the chest, lift the ribs. And then inhale, flip that angry cat into a dog tilt. So belly sinks, collarbones widen, shoulder blades draw back to the hips a little bit, but they don't jut. And then exhale, press the earth away again. So always bringing the awareness back to that heart space, leading with the heart. Exhale, pull the heart towards the heavens, spread the shoulder blades. And the element of the heart is air. So it moves like water. It just fills whatever space it comes in contact with. But it's not affected by gravity. So it's very flowing. So if you feel like you want to go into some dance or free flow with your heart, I love these rib circles. So I'm kind of tracing my ribs around a small barrel. But again, don't feel restricted to what I'm saying. If you like that, switching directions, it's a free flow. Beautiful. Even if you want to go side to side, warming up the side spine a little bit. Long, deep, steady heart breaths. Beautiful, everybody. Inhale, float to center. Let's exhale, bring the elbows down to the floor. So the elbows just replaced the palms. You're going to stretch your right arm forward. And with your left forearm, you're going to create a little pillow for your forehead. We're doing half puppy pose. So keep your right arm stretched long, pull your hips back over your knees, send your forehead down towards your forearm. And I want you to think of your heart melting into the floor. So this is the opposite direction that your upper spine usually bends. We're sending the heart space forward into the earth, sending the spine, it's almost pressing on the heart chakra. Hips gently pull back, right arm gently pressing into the floor. Remember, hatha class is active. So there's just gentle rooting of whatever is touching the earth. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. It's a wonderful way to open the armpits and shoulders as well. Really breathe. Because the heart chakra is air, pranayama is huge for helping to balance the heart chakra. Awesome. When you feel ready, inhale, lift up a little bit, switch hands. So left hand goes long, right forearm gets the forehead, hips sit back as the left hand stays long. And each exhale, just kind of melt the back body into the front body. Nice. Now, if you want, you can do both at the same time. Stretch both arms long, but notice what it isn't. It isn't child's pose. Nothing wrong with child's pose, but puppy pose is more where your hips live over your knees. Your hips shift back. Yes, the arms for level 1 are lined up with the ears. Press the palms down, press the knuckles, the finger pads, everything you own. The level 2 is exhale the forehead and let it either send towards the floor. Sorry, I just got to move my mic here. Forehead towards the floor. If it finds the floor, great. But keep that idea of the heart space melting towards the floor. So if you notice your kind of nose is squished, you feel like you have more room to move, press the palms down, inhale, look forward in between the elbows or in between the thumbs. Maybe your chin comes down, maybe your chin and chest. No pain, no strain here. This is a big one. Nice, Shutrishna. Heart breathing. Beautiful. Ooh, that was big. Inhale, come back to center. Hadn't done that one in a while. Let's just do a cat stretch to counter. So hollow out the heart, press it towards the back body. Tuck the chin. Nice. And then inhale, release. So coming back into a child's, you can keep your legs narrow or wide, or knees, sorry. And then basically come down into a child's pose. So the foreheads come down. Now, if you want, you could, Shutrishna, you might get a little more out of this if you place 2 blocks underneath your elbows. But either way, you know what, ladies, we don't need to bother. Let's bend the elbows and take the palms to your upper back. It's almost like you want to give yourself a massage or a little pat on the back there. Walk your elbows forward and then pull your hips back, even opening those shoulders even more. This is great if the shoulders are what's restricting you in downward dog. Deep breaths here. Our next posture is dolphin, fantastic for strengthening the shoulders and a great prep pose for headstand. We're not doing headstand today, but hey. So let's take our elbows down. The feet are much closer together than they are in plank pose. So I've got right now my forearms, my upper arm bones are vertical, my thigh bones are vertical. So it's like I'm in a little kind of crooked table. Curl your toes under, pull your bellies in, lift your knees, and then press your thigh bones back. Shift your hips back, shift your chest towards the thighs. So it's just like downward dog, only we're not on the palms. And the heels will probably not come to the floor. All right. Let's see how we're all there. Beautiful. So pressing the elbows down and forward into the mat to shift the butt back and up. Maybe your forehead finds the floor, maybe not, but no worries. And if you want, you can sway side to side. Remember, think air, think flow. So a little more, it doesn't have to be static because the heart energy is anything but static. Maybe you're going to come forward and back now. This is going to be more strength for the shoulders. Inhale, bring your nose ahead of your knuckles, bring your hips down, and then exhale, shift the hips back. Let's do 5 of those. Inhale, coming forward, and exhale, shift back. Beautiful. Come as forward as you can without straining. So Shutrishna, you're more in a plank. That's okay. Just keep it like that. I was thinking walk your feet about a foot forward. Yeah, or walk your elbows back. Unless it doesn't feel good, right? Good. And then coming back, bringing the knees down. That's right. Coming back to child's pose, stretching the arms long. And let's find ourselves in down dog now. So stretch your palms forward and press back to your upside down V. And again, finding circles, shifting the hips side to side. You might want to pedal your feet. Taking our time today to get to standing. We may come back to this pose a couple of times. It's so good. Heart energy pouring into the head. And in our minds, preparing for sun salutation. So inhale, look forward, crouch by bending your knees and walk or hop your feet towards your hands. Again, I'm stepping my feet wider than my hands just to give me some room. You can come with your feet together or slightly apart, whatever you like. As we inhale, we're going to come halfway up to a flat back. So slide your hands up your shins, pull your heart space forward as your tail reaches back. Then exhale, navel to spine fold. Inhale, eyes lead the way, arms wide to the side. Reach up, look up, touch, steeple pose. And then exhale today, interlace your hands in behind you or take the palms to the small of your back. Keep your hips over your knees and ankles as you lift up and back. Heart energy moving forward, up and back. Skull is lifted off the neck. And then exhale back to center. Whew. Inhale, sweep. And then exhale, swan dive and fold. Bring the heart energy in. Inhale, float halfway up. This time, exhale, step your right leg back only. Drop your knee. You can uncurl your back toes if you like. And then inhale, come up. I'm using my hands to help me. You don't have to. You can sweep your arms up. And let's take our right hand. Let's just take our left hand to our left thigh. Let's take the right hand and just start to make some nice circles. Strong legs here. And again, the heart, the arms are said to be responsible for the heart energy. So it is your expression of your heart comes through your hands. So maybe we don't want to just move that right arm. Maybe we want to move the left arm as well, making circles with strong legs. Maybe we want to go both. So it's like a dance. There is no right or wrong way here. Dancing with the arms for the heart. And then exhale, come down, plant your hands, curl your back toes, slide your left foot back. Sliding is probably not the right word. Pick up your left foot and take it back to down dog. Very nice. Inhale, let's float to plank. Pull your belly in as you exhale, knees come down. Now, we're not going lowering into chaturanga. It's almost for my sake, but bug pose is a heart opener. And as you exhale, come down, bring your chin and your chest towards the floor. So I got my big toes, my knees, my chest, and my chin. I'm stretching the front of my neck, hugging my elbows into my side body. It's called bug pose. And then inhale into cobra or up dog. So you're going to pull the heart space through and press up. Today, my knees are on the floor, tailbone to pubic bone to navel, strong tummy, long lower back. I wouldn't say strong, but just an awareness of the tummy. If you want to come to the roofs of the feet, press your knees off the floor, go for it. And then exhale, shift back through table, curl your toes, downward dog. Again, you can play a little bit, shift side to side, maybe forward and back slightly, or paint some circles around the balls of your feet, or paint some circles around your pelvis with your pelvis. Awesome. On our next inhale, let's bend the knees, look forward, step your right foot forward in between the hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up. I'm sweeping my right hand to right thigh. I'm sweeping my left arm after I ground my legs, of course. And painting those circles. Expression of the heart. Dance with your arms. If you've ever done a chakra dance, you kind of go through the chakras, you'll notice the first 3 chakras are very earthy, very grounded. Then you hit the heart and it just becomes this airy dance. And then exhale, hands come down, step back to downward dog, sink the heels, pull the chest towards your knees. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, walk the feet in. Kind of almost messed that one up. Inhale, float halfway to your flat back. Good. Heart pulling forward. Good. Shoulder blades drawing towards the hips. And then exhale, fold. Release the heart. Inhale, eyes lead, unhinge. Press through the feet, the heels, steeple. Exhale, either interlace your fingers or hands to the small of your back. Strong legs, lift the heart. Forward, up, and back. Lift your knuckles away from your seat. Reach them away from you. Ooh, big one. And then exhale, release. Let's do one more round of those and move on. Ready? Inhale, sweep. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale, float halfway up. Now exhale, left leg steps back. Knee drops. Inhale, sweep. Take a few rounds, starting with that left arm. Maybe you feel like you want to add in the right. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just liking my left arm. Good. Last breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, curl your toes, lift your butt, step your right foot back. Inhale, float to plank. Exhale, belly in, knees come down, chin and chest. So you're looking forward. You're looking about 1.5 feet in front of you. Dog pose. Inhale, heart pulls through the arms, come up. You kind of drag yourself forward through your arms to come up. Good. Think of a tailbone to pubic bone to belly button. And then if you want off the roofs of the feet, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look forward as you exhale, bend and crouch, step your left foot forward, drop your back knee. On your next inhale, left palm to left thigh, reach up, and then play. Heart energy is very playful. This color is green. Good. And then drop the chest, exhale, step forward. I think I messed that up too. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, eyes lead the way, unhinge. That's okay. And then exhale, interlace your fingers behind you. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And then exhale, release. All right, here we go. One more round. Inhale, sweep. One more half round. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step your right leg back, knee drops. Inhale, sweep. Right arm circling. Good. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to dog pose. Good. Inhale, float to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin, bug. Inhale, pull the heart space through, upward dog or cobra. Maybe you're on the roofs of your feet, off your knees. Exhale, shift through table or just shoot your hips back and up to down dog. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, take your right foot forward. Drop the back knee. And then inhale, circle the left arm. Beautiful. Get everything involved. Think of heart space moving too. Aha. And then exhale, step forward. Drop your head. Drop your heart. Inhale, float halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, eyes lead the way, unhinge. And then exhale, interlace your fingers behind you. Roll your shoulders back or hands to the small of the back. Reveal yourself. Yeah, ready and open. And then exhale, release the hands. Take a rest here for a moment. You can bring your right hand to your heart, left hand to your belly if you like. Check in with your feet. Anchor all four corners of your feet. So just standing tall and proud like a mountain, taking a little breather. Let's do a little moment in standing strength. I'll just do one round, one little flow. So let's do a vinyasa to get there. We know this already. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale, float halfway up. Now this time you're going to exhale, plant the hand, step back into downward dog. All right, so we're going to start from here. Inhale, let's lift our right legs up. You know what Better said? Let's lift our away leg up. All right, because you guys are both in opposites. So the leg that's furthest away from me comes up. And then as you exhale, look where you're going. You're going to plant that left foot into a runner stretch here again. Coming into warrior two, plant the back heel down, ground your front foot. Inhale, windmill the arms, warrior two. Chest and front spine face forward to the long edge of your mat. Front knees, bent knees open towards the pinky toe. Good. And make sure we're not leaning. So you drop that back hip down to match the front hip. Strong legs, open heart. Maybe you want to gaze off the front fingers. Beautiful. Moving into a sun warrior. Slide your back hand down the thigh. Float your front arm up. Reach up, look up. Breathe into those side ribs. Now you can look forward. You can look maybe to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe you're looking up. Maybe your edge today is looking behind you, sinking your hips. Beautiful. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind you, and then lift your chest on your in breath. Exhale, humble warrior, fold down in between your strong legs, more towards that back or bent knee. Let's hold 5 breaths here. Breathing love and space into the neck and shoulders, the heart and back. On your next inhale, lift your nose, your chin, your chest, release your arms to warrior two. Good. Coming back to our downward dog, let's bring our back arm up, pivot on your back foot, plant your hands, and then step back to your dog pose. So if dog pose doesn't feel like a little breather or a little rest, just come into child's or table. Beautiful. Chest moving towards the thighs. Let your head dangle if it feels good. All right, now our home leg's gonna lift. So shift the weight to the away leg. Inhale, float your front leg up, the one closest to me. And then exhale, step the foot in between the thumbs, wherever you can help it there if you need to. Warrior two, planting the back heel. Windmill your hands. Try to shine your belly button, your sternum, your heart, and square your shoulders to the short edge of your mat. So you're open in the chest, especially as you start to gaze off your front fingers. Typically what happens is the back shoulder will come with you. Try to keep your back shoulder moving towards the wall behind you. Inhale, sun warrior. Back hand floats down the thigh. Sweep your front arm up and breathe. Breathe into your ribs. Breathe into your heart space. Again, you take it to your edge. Maybe you're looking up or back. Good. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, interlace your fingers, maybe the different way you interlace the fingers. And then inhale, lift your chest, open your heart up. Exhale and fold. Strong legs here. Bend that front knee. Shutrishna, so it's not trying. Yeah, there it is. On your next inhale, lift your eyes, your chin, release your fingers, float the arms up. Instead of going to downward dog, we're just going to exhale, take a baby step in, and then take the step in the rest of the way to the front of your mat. Good stuff. I know that can get a little sloppy. Just take a moment, resting your thumbs into your chest. For our balance, we're going to do eagle and dancer's pose. So if you want to see a little better, you're going to bend the knees and just turn towards the center of your mat. For the arms, you're going to inhale, stretch the arms out to the side. Exhale your left arm over your right. Squeeze higher than your elbows and then bend your elbows, turn your wrists or palms towards each other. All right, good. And then inhale, lift the elbows. Good. Squeezing the arm bones together. Breathe into your back space. So breathe into those traps. The trap muscles are shaped like a kite. You know the kite shape, it's kind of like this. So from the base of your skull, the top of the kite, to your tips of your shoulder blades, and all through the shoulder blades. And then they come down to the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, actually the base of the rib spine. So it's quite a big kite. And the tops of our kites can get really tight. So let's sit back in the hips just for something extra to do. Good. Sit back in the heels. And just for some balance, we're going to shift the weight into the balls of the feet and just lift the heels off the floor. Hold for 3 breaths, squeezing your arms together. Pressing down with the big toe ball. Good. And then settle the heels down. Inhale, stand up, release your arms. Take a moment. Nice. On your next in breath, float the arms up. Exhale, palms down, cross your right arm over your left. Squeeze as hard as you can with your chest, bend your elbows, turn your palms towards each other. Wrists are coming towards each other. Everyone's going to look different for this. We've all got different body parts in the way, bones, adipose tissue, all kinds of stuff that can stop us from getting the wrists together. Like if you look, my one wrist is like this much lower than my other wrist. So just make it yours. Here we go. Inhale, sitting the hips back. This time going into a deep chair, weight is in the heels. Good. Lift the elbows, drop the shoulders, and breathe. Beautiful. Inhale, press up, float the arms up. Take a moment and release the arms down. Nice. So if you feel like you want to shake, or if you like stillness, do whatever feels good to release that. We're going to do dancer's pose. We're going to shift the weight to the left foot. You can grab onto a wall here too if you want some support and it's like half bow, but standing up. As you float your left arm out, grab onto your right ankle. There she goes. You're like, what pose is Dan? Oh, yeah, that one. I'm going to use the wall. So watch out that we don't kind of compress those lower vertebrae again. Always with our back bends. In this case, aim the tail down towards the floor, press the tailbone forward. For starters, we've got a beautiful stretch down the front of the thigh. And then this right arm, you're going to bend, micro bend your standing leg and tip your chest forward as your back knee comes up. Now from here, kick your foot back into your hand gently. So your spine becomes more like a hammock. Lift your front arm up, open the shoulder, kick your left foot back into your hand. Am I cueing it wrong? I think I cued so kick your right foot back into your hand, whatever foot's in the air. 2 more breaths here. Heart moving forward and up. Nice. And then inhale, come back up to that quad stretch. Exhale, release your foot down, lower your arm. Whew. And again, shake it off, whatever works. So let's try. Sorry, I cued you wrong on that, but hope you got the idea. All right, now we're going to shift the weight to the right foot. That's what happens when I do half the class cueing the opposite, then I get confused. Here we go. Right foot heavy, grab onto your left ankle. Lengthen out the lower back, so get that pelvis in the optimal position. Tailbone down, pressing forward. Hips pressing forward, side, pelvis sliding back. Good. And then start to bend the standing knee. As you reach your right arm forward, tip your chest over, lift your back knee up. Breathe. And kick, if you want, kick your left foot into your hand or your left ankle, whatever you're holding on to. So power in your left leg, suspension in your spine. Very nice, ladies. 2 more breaths. When you're ready, inhale, reach up, come back to your quad stretch, and then exhale, lower the arm, release the foot. Shake it off or stand in stillness, whatever you feel, right? And think of that heart energy. If you were to dance your heart energy, what would that look like? Remember, it's shoulders, chest, and back. All right. I'm going to come down to the floor now. So let's plant the feet. Inhale, nod the chin. We're going to roll the spine down, bend your knees. And then just take one shin down to the floor behind you. Take a seat. Let's see we're going to do a little camel with a seated forward fold. So if this is too opening for you, then forward folds are going to feel a little bit better. If it feels too revealing, you can always come into a child's pose. That's very calming and nurturing for the heart. So let's just take a moment just to check in before we go into another back bend. If sitting on your heels like this is uncomfortable, you can always place something in between your calves and your thighs, or you can just lift up off your heels like that. And perhaps taking a moment here to pick a word for 2021. Maybe it's the same as what you started with, or maybe it was your second word. But I love this word I heard yesterday, which was part of our meditation, which was reclaiming. So reclaiming what was lost. What is going to guide your 2021? I usually always pick a word. I think we're going to skip the camel and move to a seated forward fold. So let's cross our ankles and we'll reach our legs out long in front of us. So you could roll up and elevate your pelvis a little bit so that your pelvis is in that neutral position. But doing one leg at a time is easier than doing both. So you're going to turn your heart space towards your long leg. Inhale, reach both arms up to the heavens. And then exhale, hinge from your hips and just let your arms float down. It's more about melting the heart space than really getting a major hamstring stretch. If you've got a really great hamstring stretch, awesome. But I almost want you to think of surrendering the heart. Let's inhale, come halfway up. Take your left hand to the inside of your left long leg. And then exhale, you're going to open your arms like you want a massive hug. Good. So one long arm. So your left rib is reaching towards your inner arch of your left foot. And your right rib, it's a twist. Now, to keep this going, take your hand that's in the air, that right hand, turn the palm away and wrap it around the outside of your waist. So turn the palm away and then wrap it around the outside of your waist. So your knuckles are kind of pressing into your ribs or wherever your back. And then encourage a heart opening. So squeeze your top shoulder blade towards your spine, rotate your ribs. Maybe you're going to look up here. Anchor both sit bones. Beautiful. Good. And then release halfway. So turn your chest down a little bit, release your arm and come up. Lean back into the hands, lengthen out both legs, stick pose. So stick pose is the neutralizing posture of all the seated poses. It's tough to sit in this. Got to use your core. Your knees can be bent. And you don't have to be in this perfect L shape, but you're searching for it, humbly searching for it. Good. And then soften in that, lean back, and let's stretch the right leg long. For me, my left knee is a little sensitive, so I got to support my left knee with a block or a prop of some kind. Turn your chest towards your long leg. Inhale, lift the ribs, lift the shoulder blades, so elevate the shoulder blades. And then hinge at the hips and then release down. So you're doming, melting your heart forward. Five nurturing breaths here for the heart. Explore what it's like to relax your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, maybe your head. Beautiful. And then inhale, lift your head, come halfway up, so straighten your spine. Take your right hand to the inside of your long leg, right? And then it's almost like your bow and arrow. It's like you're opening your chest towards the sky again. So I've created one long line. I almost should have done it this way so you could see a little better. Reach your right rib towards your right inner arch and your left rib in opposition. To move a little further, take your left hand, the hand that's in the air, turn the palm away, internally rotate your shoulder and wrap your hand around the waist. Instead of grabbing onto your thigh, that's fine, but I actually want to open the chest. That's what I'm interested in. So squeeze your top shoulder blade into your spine. You can press your hand into your back. Open your chest and breathe. Strong arms, strong leg, anchored seat. Good. Then exhale, turn the heart downwards, release your hand. Beautiful. And then lean back, lengthen your legs out long in front of you. Keep your props handy. We're going to come down towards the floor. Well done. And finish off with a little inversion. So grab a block. If you want to do shoulder stand, you can float right into it. Again, I'm not going to teach it on live unless I'm physically there. I keep saying I'm going to do a workshop online how to safely do your shoulder stand. I will do it now that I have more time during the day. I don't know how safely I can do it with a big belly bump like this, but we'll see. And then float your legs up. So I've placed my block underneath my pelvis. I just want to get at least one pose where the feet are above the heart. Now, we didn't have time to do, we were kind of slow to start there, but we didn't have too much time to do pranayama. So if you do have some time today, just do some heart breathing or some deep yogic breaths. Or if you want, you can do alternate nostril. Any pranayama is going to be really supportive of balancing the heart energy. So let's hold here for about another minute or so. Beautiful. And instead of bringing your leg or your feet down to the floor, hug your knees in towards your chest. You might not even need to hug them. They might just dangle there. Let your heels relax towards your buttocks. Yeah, it's just a nice reverse child's pose, or you could call this wind relieving posture. Good. And then lower one foot at a time to the floor. Standing down in your feet, lift your hips to slide the block away, lower your pelvis when you're ready. Good. And if you want to do a little wind relieving posture here, you can hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side for a moment. Yeah. Good. And when you're ready, inhale, extend your arms and legs into Shavasana. So lying down flat on the floor if you want any props to support your favorite body parts. So you could place a bolster or a couple blocks underneath your knee bends. You could place a blanket. And Christine, is your back okay? You could do a little twist, Christine, if you find your back's a little funky. So if you want to do a little twist, if you find you're not quite balanced, because we didn't do many twists today, just let your knees go off to one side. I find a twist will usually release that lower back because sometimes it can get a little tense with all those back bends. But if you feel good, if you feel when you lie in Shavasana, you feel really good, then just stay there. Otherwise, do a little twist with me. Inhale through the center, exhale to the other side. And when you're ready, come back to center. So knees can remain bent to keep your lower back lengthened or extending your legs long. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure the tops of your shoulders aren't hunched up towards your ears. You kind of draw the shoulder blades down the back a little bit. Open heart. Just drawing your awareness inward, softening the muscles around your eyes, behind your eyes. Relax your ears, your inner ears, your nose, your sinuses, the back of your throat, your tongue. And just relax the skin on your face. And with your physical eyes, taking attention down into your heart space, try to really concentrate the pupils focusing down towards the center of your chest. Breathing in and out through your heart. Letting go a little more and a little more with each out breath, with each exhalation. Almost like releasing all the baggage, all the pain, or embracing what you already find: love and compassion. And then wiggling your fingers and toes. Of course, if you want to stop the video, because we were a little late getting started today, and continue with your Shavasana, you can. Otherwise, wiggle fingers and toes, hugging your knees into your chest. Rolling over onto the right side of your body in fetal position. And taking a little rest here, creating a pillow for your head with your arms or arm. And come on up to a seat for one final Om. I didn't realize we had everybody else for the next class with us already because there was no cameras. So my apologies. So I'm just taking a little seat. Sit bones anchored, shoulders relaxed, spines nice and tall. And if you were to sit here for a while, you're going to tuck your chin a little lower. So tuck your chin towards your chest a little. So with one Om, we're going to take one cycle of breath together and then we'll chant once. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Inhale and then one Om. Breathe naturally, feeling the effects of the Om. Just checking in with how you're feeling. We're going to inhale, sweep our arms up, sweep them, big circle. And just draw your thumbs into your heart space. Namaste. Namaste, my beautiful ladies. So nice to be with you this first class in the new year. And heart balancing. We'll see you soon.